Imagine you're playing a game where you're ranked number 1 in the entire world. To get there, you spent 10 years of your life and completely ruined your real life. But the moment you defeat that game's final boss, the game world merges with the real world. And at that exact moment, you meet with an accident, and then your entire life changes completely. This is the story of Jin-woo, who plays a dead game called Battle of Summoners. In the game, his name is God Jin-woo, and he's the world's number 1 ranker. When this game launched, its popularity was through the roof, but now it's completely dropped to 0. Yet he's been playing this game for the past 10 years. Jin-woo is a god in the game, but in real life, he's a huge failure. Because of his addiction to the game, he gave up on school and college entirely. His poor parents stayed silent and always stood by him regardless. Now Jin-woo has turned 24, and today he's decided that he'll clear the final 100th floor of the Tower of Trials and quit this game forever. To watch this final match, the game's other top players, known as the 5 Emperors of the Heavens, were extremely excited. Jin-woo summons a white whale and a few archers to his team and attacks the boss monster. The boss was extremely powerful, and Jin-woo starts getting into trouble. Just then, the boss monster suddenly emerges from behind and hurls massive fireballs at Jin-woo. It seems like Jin-woo won't survive, but at the last moment, Jin-woo uses his ultimate skill and summons the blue dragon. As soon as the blue dragon arrives, it blows away the fire attack into the air. Taking advantage of this moment, Jin-woo lands the final blow and finishes off the main boss of the tower's 100th floor. A notification appears on the screen, Tower of Trials cleared. At that moment, Jin-woo was walking on the street and starts shouting with joy. I did it! People start thinking he's crazy. But then, the entire earth begins to shake. People start looking at each other. What's happening? A massive system screen appears in the sky, on which it was written, the 100th floor of the Tower of Trials has been cleared, the beta test has now ended, and the game is about to merge with the real world. When Jin-woo saw this screen in the sky, he was puzzled. Why was this screen showing up here in the sky after all? But then mysterious scrolls start falling from the sky. No one except Jin-woo knew that these were summoning scrolls. A boy picked up one of these scrolls in his hand, and then he received a system notification. It told him to tear open that summoning scroll. When the boy saw that system notification, he got a bit excited and started asking his own friend what to do, and then he made up his mind to tear the scroll open. Before that boy could tear the scroll, Jin-woo started moving to stop him. But by then it was too late, and as that excited boy tore the scroll right through the middle, there was a massive blast, and the game world merged with the real world. Glimpses of the game's dangerous monsters start appearing in front of Jin-woo. Jin-woo was still thinking about all this when suddenly a speeding truck coming from behind slammed into him with full force. Jin-woo falls to the ground on the street, drenched in blood, and his blood drips onto his phone, on which it was written, the beginning of a new world. The scene shifts to a hospital. Jin-woo is lying on a bed. His parents are sitting nearby. Suddenly there's movement in Jin-woo's hand, and he regains consciousness. But the moment he wakes up, Jin-woo gets the biggest shock. He had been in a coma for a full 3 years, and at the time of the accident, before his eyes closed, he had heard that the game had merged with reality. Just then, the hospital room door opens, and a small stone monster walks in. Surprised, Jin-woo asks, "Whose monster is this?" His dad smiles and says, "This is my summon, Pebble Golem, an F-rank monster." Jin-woo is stunned. He immediately turns on the TV, where the world's number 1 player, Rachel, one of the 5 emperors, was saying at a press conference, "We're all still waiting for God Jin-woo. The day he returns, this world will change once again." Jin-woo realizes that, because of his old identity as God Jin-woo, the entire world is searching for him, so he'll have to hide his name. Just then, the game system activates in front of Jin-woo and asks him to take part in a tutorial trial. Jin-woo's parents also see the system, and Jin-woo decides that he'll first understand this world before deciding what to do next. Then the scene shifts. Jin-woo gets discharged from the hospital and comes home, and then pulls up all the information from the internet. He learns that player battles, dungeons, and towers of trials have all become real in the world now, and people have grown accustomed to it. After this, Jin-woo gets ready for the tutorial trial, the system notification comes again, asking him to take part in the tutorial trial. This time, Jin-woo clicks yes and gets teleported to a beautiful deserted place. Upon entering the tutorial, he receives 2 low-grade summoning scrolls as a reward. Jin-woo becomes quite happy holding those scrolls. Finally, he's gotten something. Jin-woo thinks that low-grade scrolls only produce junk F or E rank monsters, since the chance of getting a D rank is only 1%. Monster grades range all the way from S rank down to F rank. Jin-woo prays that this low-grade summoning scroll will summon a decent monster, at least D or E rank. He tears open the first scroll to try his luck. But then, a dazzling light bursts out of the scroll, one that had never been seen before in the game's history. A system notification echoes, "You have summoned Wind Fairy rank EX." Jin-woo is stunned. In the game, ranks only went from S rank down to F rank. What is this EX rank? An incredibly beautiful and playful fairy appears in front of him. She opens her eyes and looks at Jin-woo, and she was quite shocked to see him. Then she also laughed a lot, because this was the first time someone had summoned her in the real world. Wind Fairy was talking quite a lot, and watching her talk like that, Jin-woo too was wondering what kind of monster this was, but then something suddenly came back to him, and looking at her, he called out her name, Ramber. Wind Fairy said, "No, I'm Wind Fairy," but when she heard her name Ramber, something clicked in her memory. She said there was only one person who used to call her Ramber, and that was God Jin-woo. The moment she sees Jin-woo, she recognizes him and shouts, "God Jin-woo!" She rushes straight to him and clings to his cheek, bursting into tears. Jin-woo remembers that in the game, this was his favorite E-rank Wind Fairy, whom he had named Ramber. Even though she was low rank earlier, she's a buff-type monster who can multiply her allies' strength, speed, and stamina many times over by swirling her magic wand. When Jin-woo checks her status, it read Level 1 Wind Fairy, a species belonging to the fairy tribe, and her rank, EX, was marked as isolated, meaning her true power was currently locked, and to unlock it, Jin-woo would need to find balance-breaking elements. Wind Fairy's skill is wind pressure. Every time she uses her staff, the attack speed of her single target summons increases by up to 3%. Ramber explains that after the game ended, they had been imprisoned somewhere, and she never thought she'd get to meet Jin-woo again. Jin-woo asks whether she had been trapped, and how exactly she got trapped, at which Ramber tries to think, but can't remember anything. Instead, her head starts hurting. Hearing this, Jin-woo also says that he too can't remember how any of this is happening. But then Ramber says, "I don't know much, but we were isolated, though we weren't isolated in the same place." Hearing the word "we," Jin-woo also falls into thought a little. Jin-woo remembers that in the game, he had 10 of the most powerful summon monsters. That means the other 9 monsters are also isolated, imprisoned somewhere in this world. To try his luck again, Jin-woo tears open his second low-grade scroll as well, but this time, no EX rank instead, an F rank hairy gorilla comes out, roaring loudly. Jin-woo realizes that the EX rank drop rate is completely random. Jin-woo tells Ramber, "Don't call me God Jin-woo, just call me Jin-woo." When Wind Fairy asks why, Jin-woo explains that he'd been completely cut off from this world for the past 3 years. And now that he's back, his old identity of God Jin-woo has been spread across the entire world by those 5 emperors of the heavens. There's another genius in this game named God Jin-woo, and if these emperors find out that he's back, everyone will come after him, and he'll be at a huge disadvantage. So just call me Jin-woo. Just then, the whole place suddenly starts shaking, and a new system notification appears. Next step of the tutorial. A basic dungeon is being prepared for you. Jin-woo gets a bit scared because this isn't a game, it's a real-life dungeon where death is possible. But to survive in this new world, he'll have to move forward. Jin-woo gets a grip on his fear and steps into the dungeon with his monsters.
As soon as Jin-woo enters the dungeon, the system's first notification appears in front of him. Player, Jin-woo has entered the beginner dungeon. Then another notification flashes on the screen, stating that in this dungeon, he wouldn't fight alone, but would have to form a team with his summons, and the maximum number of summons allowed is only 5. Right after this, the system asks, would you like to form a team with Wind Fairy Ramber and Hairy Gorilla? Seeing this, Jin-woo thinks that even though both these summons are still quite weak, he has 10 years of gaming experience. He can easily clear this trial with his strategy. He clicks yes, and the system automatically summons his team. As Jin-woo moves forward into the cave with his team, a ferocious grey wolf emerges from the darkness in front of them. The system's mission notification appears. Defeat the grey wolf and exit the dungeon. Just then, a glowing protective shield suddenly forms around Jin-woo. Jin-woo thinks, good, everything's working just like in the game. But then a system warning appears that stuns Jin-woo. The warning read, if your summons attack the wolf before the protective shield is fully formed, the player will die instantly. Reading this, sweat breaks out on Jin-woo's face, and he becomes completely serious. Meanwhile, the grey wolf snarls and moves forward, and Jin-woo's shield becomes fully active. Jin-woo shouts, Hairy Gorilla, attack! On Jin-woo's order, Hairy Gorilla moves forward, but Jin-woo is startled watching him. The gorilla's speed was extremely slow. Jin-woo knew he'd be slow being F rank, but he hadn't expected him to be this slow. But Jin-woo had his trump card, Wind Fairy, Ramber. Jin-woo shouts, Ramber! Use your buff skill! Ramber immediately starts swirling her magical stick in the air. As long as Ramber keeps swirling her stick, Hairy Gorilla's attack power and speed will keep increasing continuously. As soon as the buff hits, light radiates from the gorilla's body, and he charges at the grey wolf with the speed of a cheetah. Both monsters collide with full force, and blood splatters. The grey wolf cunningly clamps its sharp jaws onto Hairy Gorilla's left shoulder. The gorilla groans in pain. Jin-woo couldn't fight himself, so he starts shouting from where he stood to motivate the gorilla. Meanwhile, Ramber swirls her stick even faster with all her strength, pushing the gorilla's power past its limits. With one powerful jerk, the gorilla frees his shoulder from the wolf's jaws and lands such a punch on the wolf's face that it goes flying and falls at a distance. The gorilla doesn't stop, he leaps high into the air and lands 3 to 4 deadly punches, one after another, straight onto the wolf's belly. And with that, the ferocious grey wolf collapses. The moment the wolf dies, Hairy Gorilla beats his chest with joy and roars. Ramber also sways with happiness, and Jin-woo breathes a sigh of relief that he's passed his first test. A system message appears. Beginner dungeon cleared. Reward, 2 lesser strength runes. After this, the scene shifts, and we see a lovely girl with some money in her hand. This is none other than Jin-woo's younger sister, Baek Jin. Jin tells us that 3 years ago, when the world changed, a new job began called rune farming. In this, players collect runes from low-level dungeons and sell them to others. Once, when Jin went to a low-level dungeon, she got an intermediate summoning scroll, which had only a 1% chance of producing a C-rank monster, and she got so lucky that she got a C-rank shadow elf. Jin was heading somewhere when her phone rings. Seeing Jin-woo on the screen, she picks up and asks, "Did you get discharged from the hospital?" But without letting her finish, Jin-woo directly asks, "You're a rune hawker, right?" Hearing this, Jin gets annoyed and shouts angrily, "I'm not a rune hawker, I'm a rune farming player." Jin-woo immediately admits his mistake and asks her, "Do you know of any synthesis shop?" Here we learn that after the game merged, certain special player zones were created in the world. In Korea, only Jamsil Tower and Hangang Tower have turned into towers of trials, and only these 2 locations have player zones, where summoner-related businesses like synthesis shops and insurance centers operate.
The 2 siblings meet at a cafe. Jin was telling all this to her brother Jin-woo. Then Jin curiously asks, "What rank monsters did you summon from the low-grade scroll?" To hide his god identity, Jin-woo lies, "I just got 1 E-rank and 1 F-rank monster." Hearing this, Jin becomes very happy, because the chance of getting an E-rank from a low-grade scroll is only 5%. Jin-woo puts on a fake smile on his face, because he knows what he actually has. After this, Jin takes him toward the player zone, and on the way asks him their names. Jin-woo tells her Wind Fairy and Hairy Gorilla. Arjun says she's never heard the name Wind Fairy before and starts insisting on seeing it. Jin-woo refuses, but against her insistence sets a condition. First, show me your own summon. Arjun immediately summons her C-rank Shadow Wolf. Watching it, Jin-woo gives a strange flat reaction, which annoys Arjun again. Jin-woo walks up to the Shadow Wolf and says, "Hello." Arjun laughs and says, "Have you gone crazy? Saying hello to a monster?" Jin-woo asks innocently, "Why? Doesn't it talk?" Arjun says, "Have you ever heard a monster talk?" Hearing this, the ground shifts under Jin-woo's feet. He's badly shocked. He had assumed that monsters that looked human-like would talk, but here, no monster talks at all. But his wind fairy, Ramber, talks to him clearly. Jin-woo realizes just how special and dangerous his Ramber really is. He refuses to show Arjun his monster and moves on. The two of them reach the Player Zone's marketplace, which was extremely crowded. Players there were trading, summoning scrolls and runes. Seeing this, Jin-woo becomes extremely happy, since he needed scrolls. Arjun tells him to go to player headquarters and learn the basics, but Jin-woo says, "I don't need that." And telling her to wait there, he heads off toward a deserted spot on his own. Arjun feels that her brother has changed quite a bit since coming out of the coma. Jin-woo goes to a corner and summons his wind fairy, Ramber. The moment she appears, Ramber shouts loudly, "Master Jin-woo!" Jin-woo immediately covers her mouth and explains, "You can only talk inside dungeons, not outside. No monster talks here. If anyone hears you talking, we'll be in huge trouble." After Ramber leaves, Jin-woo checks his bank account, which had almost nothing in it. He feels sad that because of the game, he neither studied nor got a job, and how much his parents had to suffer because of him. Then suddenly, ting! 500,000 won gets deposited into his account. This message was from his mum, who had sent that money for him. Jin-woo's eyes well up. He promises himself that he'll recover these 3 wasted years as quickly as possible and give his parents a luxurious life. Jin-woo goes straight to a trade shop and uses his remaining money to buy 3 low-grade summoning scrolls. He immediately uses them and gets an F-rank slug monster, an F-rank horn butterfly, and an E-rank poison lizard. Now Jin-woo had a complete team of 5 monsters. Ready. Jin-woo was extremely excited, because now his growth speed was about to multiply tenfold. His ultimate goal was to gather back together those 10 god-level EX rank summons scattered across his world, the first of whom was his Ramber, and to conquer the 100th floor of the Tower of Trials once again with that ultimate team. Will Jin-woo be able to clear the next dangerous dungeon with this new team? And will the truth about Ramber come out to the world? We'll find out in the next episode. Until then, bye-bye.